Good afternoon, viewers. It's been a few months since I've done these videos, and I thought I'd do a video on my latest pickups. So you will recognize this from my previous video, the DJC 3013 Elton John Empty Sky, the South African press in 1972. And then I think my last video that I did was the 1975 reissue. Well, of course, this is a reissue as well. So yeah, in 72, after Elton John had a good year and a half of popularity, success, or 2 years, they reissued this LP. So this one, the South African version, 1972, is a reissue. And as I explained, this one was reissued in 75 in the States for the first time. So when they did that, they reissued this year in South Africa in 1975 as well, with a new cover, or with the US cover. As I mentioned in the previous video, this one's stereo image is flipped. So the left and right channels are flipped. Okay, so this is I would say this is very rare, much more rare than the 72 pressing, because by 1975 most fans had all the LPs. So the reissues from 1975, the ML series, were not done in as high volumes or as high numbers as DJC series. Reason why I wanted to make this video, I was able to get my hands on this. Now at first glance you would think it's the same LP, but this is a different LP. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the video, but this one is a bit more purple than this one. This one has a bit more bluer sky, and the reason why I picked this LP up, and you can see the cover itself is in somewhat bad shape with the cellophane lift or the lamination lift. This is a notorious problem of the DJC series. Once the LPs got older, it wasn't taken care of, you would get this lift. But the reason for me getting this LP, this is not a DJC 13. This is an Orc 6049. Now I never ever thought that I would come across this LP. This is quite possibly the rarest Elton John South African pressing. This was pressed in 1969, before Elton John became famous. There are only a few countries aside from the UK that released Empty Sky in 69. So this is extremely scarce. As you know, DJ M was syndicated throughout the world, and they would release the artists, the UK artists, the Cilla Blacks and the Francis Hurds. They would release here in South Africa on small labels. Orc was one of those small labels. WRC, WRC was one of those smaller labels. So here you see the Elton John first LP being released in 1969 on a small label. Is unknown at this stage, and then as soon as the Elton John album comes out and becomes a hit, his self-titled album, the 1970 album, is moved from WRC in South Africa to Autumn. And there you can see it says DJ M and the Autumn Press, which you will see on all the DJC records. It's pressed by Autumn. So Autumn was a much bigger label than WRC. So as his popularity increased, they changed him to Autumn, and they started pressing his records on Autumn. I know about this record from Discogs. Discogs has it as two in the count, in the number count. There are two of this out there. So this is the third one that I know of. The 1975 pressing, there's only one listed on Discogs, and that's the listing that I've put up on Discogs. However, I've seen that pressing in, online. I've seen it's come up quite a few times, whereas this I've never seen come up. And I went onto Facebook and I went into the history on a LP group, a South African LP group. There you can see the WRC label as orange. It's not your standard black. So I went onto that group and I looked in the history, and I saw this Oak 6049 was put up a few years ago. I think maybe 2 years ago. Somebody had put it up for sale. Nobody paid any attention to it. And I asked the seller, is it still available? And he said yes. I said, yes, I'm definitely interested in it. And I bought it. As I mentioned, the cover's a bit worse for wear. This I only got for its collectability. But yeah, like, subscribe, your comments below, and thank you for watching.